ninth grade. Welcome to my favorite thing that we'll do all year. As you know, To Kill a Mockingbird is my favorite book. Really life-changing for me. This is the part that really sticks with me as one of the most life-changing or applicable events. Okay, so we know that Atticus is defending Tom Robinson in the charge or against the charge of raping Mayella Ewell. And we've been really building up to this trial. We know that Tom Robinson was about to be a victim of a lynch mob in Macomb, but Scout stopped that by just, inserting herself into that circle and getting Walter Cunningham's attention. We know about Dolphus Raymond. We met him the other day. And now all of those things are going to kind of culminate into this trial. Each day you're going to get testimony from a different person. Today is the only day where there's two testimonies. So today we're going to hear from Tate and Bob Ewell. This is chapter 17 of your text. If you prefer to read your book in its entirety, you may. You do still need to fill out these boxes as they occur within the testimony. Normally, if we were in school, like in class, we would do this all together. We would assign parts, and it would be really awesome. Judge would have a gavel. So I'm really sad that we won't be able to do that, but you will be able to read through this. So you'll see like these different parts, and then we get to the actual testimony. So Mr. Gilmer is going to be the lawyer for the prosecution. They call him a county solicitor or a city solicitor or something. Oh, circuit solicitor. There it is. That just means he works for the prosecution. So he works for like the state or Macomb, Alabama, right? It's his job to prove that Tom Robinson is guilty. Whereas Atticus, who works for the defense, he's defending Tom Robinson. His job is to prove that Tom Robinson is innocent. So as you go through this testimony, you'll see that we left you some blanks, okay? So what does Tate say? He says blank got him on a date, and he said that someone had blank his daughter. So literally, if you just read this sentence, you will be able to fill in all of these blanks. All right? And so then what can you infer about Tate as a police officer? Okay, so inferences are like hypotheses for literature. So they, based on this evidence or these context clues that we see in the text, in these 4 mini paragraphs, what can we tell about Tate, who he is as a person, who he is as a police officer, and how does he perceive his job? All right, and then you'll continue downward. And there are 4 of these boxes for each person. And as you go through the trial, you'll have less and less guidance or like fill in the blank information, but we'll tell you where to look and what's probably going to be the most important. At the end of each testimony, you're going to have to tell me why this person is important to the case. Okay, what role did they play? What evidence did they present? How do they help or hurt Atticus's case? All right, and so in this one, you'll also have Bob Ewell. And again, he has 4 boxes in here. And then lastly, why is Bob Ewell important to the case? All right, so you will read Tate and Bob Ewell today. You'll have Mayella, her testimony you'll get on Wednesday. And then finally, Tom Robinson you'll get next Monday. So the trial will take us 3 days, and then we have some other stuff to do with closing arguments, so it'll actually take us a total of 5 days to get through the trial. So your next 5 days will be based on chapters 17 through 20. If you are reading ahead, that's where you'll be looking. I'm only going to post your evidence trackers 1 day at a time, just so you don't feel overwhelmed or overloaded with stuff to do. But I know that it can be hard to pause during like exciting parts of a book. So if you want to keep reading, you can. You are also more than welcome to look up the clips, the video clips of the testimony of the trial. They probably won't be word for word what happens in the text, but the film is excellent. I wish I could show it to you, but because of this, we just won't have time. But it is excellent. It is in black and white. It's from the 1960s, but it is excellently made. So much so that they're afraid to remake it because they don't want it to be terrible. Mr. D, Miss Miller, and I will be live for you at 10:30. If you have questions, if you want to talk about this testimony, if you want to read part of it together, we can make that happen for you. So you know what you need. You know where you're at. Again, I highly encourage you to read the testimony this way. It's going to go a lot faster for you and hopefully be a lot more interesting. If you need me, I'm always reachable by email, or you can come to live class. See you soon.